Love Island Games. Season 2's premiere delivers strategic chaos that will leave you questioning every alliance and coupling decision. The move that happens at the end of this episode? I'm still trying to figure out the logic behind it. We're talking calculated decisions, ruthless gameplay, and a twist so brutal it makes regular villa drama look like amateur hour. Before we dive into this mess, smash that subscribe button if you're here for the drama breakdowns, hit the like button because it genuinely helps the channel grow, and definitely hit that new hype button. It's YouTube's latest way to support creators and helps us reach more people who appreciate good tea. Trust me, you'll want to be subscribed for what's coming this season. Apparently, Peacock decided regular Love Island wasn't competitive enough, so they've essentially created the Olympics of messy dating shows. But here's where it gets interesting, and what makes the strategic moves you'll see later even more calculated? They've bumped the prize money to $250,000. That's the biggest prize in Love Island history, which explains a lot about the behavior we're about to witness. This isn't just a casual bump either. We're talking about jumping from $100,000 to $250,000. That kind of increase doesn't happen unless networks are seriously confident in their chaos investment. And based on what unfolds later, they're getting their money's worth in pure strategic mayhem. The format has also shifted to real-time, meaning viewers can actually vote and influence eliminations. Unlike the pre-recorded first season, contestants now have to play to America as much as they play to each other. Someone clearly figured this out faster than others, which becomes very apparent during the coupling decisions. Ariana Madix is hosting, looking flawless and clearly ready to facilitate some serious psychological games. Taking over from Maya Jama brings its own energy shift. Ariana's got that Vanderpump Rules strategic awareness that honestly makes her perfect for this role. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think higher prize money makes people more strategic or just more desperate? Because what happens next suggests some contestants miss the strategy memo entirely. Let's break down this cast because allegedly casting said, what if we put together the most chaotic mix of personalities possible and see what happens when serious money gets involved? Starting with KK Gray from USA Season 5. And apparently she's the one who made soul ties a cultural phenomenon. This is the same person who literally walked off Love Island for a relationship that imploded faster than a failed cryptocurrency. Now she's back, supposedly with more wisdom, but what you'll see later makes me wonder if she learned the right lessons from that experience. Then there's Tyreek Hyde from UK Season 10, who's essentially branded himself as the villa's resident mastermind. UK fans are apparently genuinely scared of his return, calling him the UK's most chaotic islander. This man literally admits he's better at mind games than physical challenges, and honestly, the calculated move he makes later proves it. He's also been messaging Andreina Santos before the show, which becomes very relevant when you see his coupling decision. Here's what makes Tyreek fascinating. He came third place with Ella Thomas on his original season, then their relationship became this messy on and off situation that finally ended after 7 months. The man's now pursuing a music career and streaming on Twitch, but apparently Love Island Games offered him a bag too good to refuse. His quote going into this? "If I find a girl that I like and she's terrible at challenges, I'm going to weigh up how much I like her. Feelings change, money never changes." The audacity is actually impressive. Andreina just finished USA Season 7 and has been getting DMs from multiple Love Island alumni.
So many past Islanders were in my DMs. One of them was Tyreek. Ooh.
The fact that 2 of those guys, Tyreek and Josh, are now in the villa with her, production definitely orchestrated that chaos deliberately. Now let's talk about Chris Seeley, who's coming off what might be the messiest Love Island USA season in recent memory. This 6', 8" professional basketball player had an entire relationship breakdown with Huda Mustafa that included pancake distribution drama, PDA disagreements, and him literally refusing to carry her through water after their breakup. The post-show interviews? Brutal. Huda accused him of having a wandering eye and not meeting bare minimum standards. Their reunion confrontation was so uncomfortable that Chris said he didn't respect how she talked about him publicly. So Chris walks into Love Island Games with serious reputation repair work to do.
My name is Chris. I'm sure you guys probably know who I am.
Why would we know who you are?
Talking about dominating challenges and being mentally superior to everyone. His coupling ceremony performance suggests his emotional intelligence hasn't caught up to his confidence levels yet. Comment your predictions. Who do you think is going to implode first? The patterns are already emerging. Andrea Carmona from USA Season 6 was committed to Rob, who made a big show about wanting to leave the villa with her, only to decide he'd rather stay when it came down to it. She's back looking for someone who can actually follow through on their promises. Josh Goldstein from USA Season 3 is back after his original run was tragically cut short due to family loss. He's looking for his second chance at love, though his competitive streak and tendency to keep scorecards might work against him. Isaiah Campbell from USA. Season 4 brings his wandering eye energy to the villa, known for having commitment issues even with the girl he left his season with, so we'll see if international competition changes his approach. Kendall Washington from USA. Season 6 claims he has no luck finding love, which is interesting considering we literally saw him being weird with Alana on Beyond the Villa when she was clearly interested. Sometimes the problem isn't luck, it's self-awareness. The international casting brings its own flavor, as we've got contestants from 7 different countries, creating what's essentially the United Nations of messy dating behavior. Garbi Dente from Belgium/Netherlands Season 4. You'd be surprised to hear she's from Europe as she has a perfect American English accent, which she taught herself through social media. She's also a virgin, which adds an interesting dynamic to the villa's romantic landscape. Don't let that fool you though, she's apparently a physical powerhouse. Lucinda Strafford has done both UK and Australia seasons, making her a true Love Island veteran. Mert Okatan won the Belgium-Netherlands Season 2, then came back as a Casa Boy in Season 3. The fact that he was on the following season after winning with someone says everything about how that relationship went. Now he's here talking about money not mattering, which feels like selective memory. And Nicola Gauci borda-warr from Malta. Season 1 might be one of my favorites this year. She's genuinely funny, and her reactions are absolutely to die for. She claims she's focused on the money despite not being very sporty, which should make for interesting challenge dynamics. Everyone's coming in with unfinished business, failed relationships, or something to prove. These aren't fresh faces looking for their first reality TV experience. They're people with reputations to repair, game knowledge to leverage, and very specific reasons for being here. The first challenge is a slime-filled obstacle course where contestants rescue someone and kiss them. Simple concept, but this is where you start seeing people's true personalities emerge under pressure. Josh Goldstein is out here keeping a detailed mental scorecard of every favor he does for other people. This man is literally finding challenge pieces for Tyreek and then getting genuinely upset when Tyreek doesn't grovel with gratitude.
Bro, I found every single one of your hearts and gave it to you. But that's the thing about winners, bro. Winners win. That's it. I lost, you're right.
It's giving main character energy in the worst possible way, like he's running a charity organization instead of competing in a dating show. The move he makes during coupling that tops this behavior.
Killing them up.
Come on, mate.
You gotta give me the assist on that one, guy. Come on.
What are you talking about, bro?
It's yours, second place. I'm just saying. Find your own hearts.
Huh?
Well, thanks for the help, bro.
You looked like you needed it. I got you.
Cool, bro.
Got you.
Oh.
Is that very good sportsmanship?
No, it isn't, Ariana. No, it isn't. Peak secondhand embarrassment territory.
It's tough. I think like there's nothing worse than like an insecure guy, for sure.
Tyreek, meanwhile, is playing this perfectly. He's letting Josh do half the work, taking the assists and winning the challenge while covered in slime. The level of awareness this requires while navigating an obstacle course? Actually impressive. His coupling decision later reveals just how calculated every move really is. Chris wins the men's side and immediately starts acting like he's already won the entire season.
All of them is cakewalk anyway, so.
After his Season 7 reputation issues, you'd think he'd come in with more humility, but apparently not. Garbi absolutely dominates this challenge, and I mean dominates. She doesn't just beat the other women, she beats everyone, the men included. This woman is out here setting records while everyone else is struggling through slime. Chris and Garbi win the challenge, giving them first pick and the option to couple up as the power duo. Instead, Chris delivers what might be the most foot-in-mouth moment of the season by essentially telling Garbi she's not mentally strong enough for him, on camera, after knowing her for approximately 4 hours.
The strongest competitor?
She might have been the strongest physically, but I'm more mentally too. So.
Who said I'm not strong mentally? What does that mean? You don't even know me.
The audacity is staggering, especially coming from someone who spent last season having pancake distribution arguments. Garbi handles it like a pro and couples with Kendall instead, who had the worst challenge time but at least didn't insult her intelligence within minutes of meeting her. And we're probably going to hear the Garbi and Ken doll jokes as long as these two are together. Sometimes basic respect beats strategic partnerships, and honestly, good for her. Josh, who spent the entire challenge complaining about helping Tyreek win, attempts to deliver that classic, "I'm playing chess while you're playing checkers" line to save face. Except he gets it completely backwards and ends up roasting himself instead.
You're not wrong, bro. Congrats. I'm playing checkers, you're playing chess. I mean, other way around, actually.
Ouch. Can't go back from that one.
The secondhand embarrassment was almost unbearable to witness. The coupling continues with each pair making choices that reveal their priorities. Andrea choosing Josh despite his obvious sore loser tendencies suggests she might have a type, and not necessarily a good one. Nicola and Mert don't couple together despite both being strong competitors, which sets up interesting dynamics for later challenges. These coupling decisions set the foundation for everything that follows, Because in Love Island games, your partner choice affects both your romantic prospects and your survival odds. The dynamics created here will ripple through every subsequent challenge and elimination. Once the couples settle in, the real strategic conversations begin, and this is where you start seeing who really understands the game versus who's just here for vacation romance. Tyreek and Andreina finally sit down for their first real conversation, and it's immediately clear why people call him a psychological mastermind. He tells her straight up that he considered going full strategy mode, but then changed his mind because
I was thinking, should I go full strategy? But then I changed my mind. I was like, nah, Andreina looks too good today.
Well, thank you, I guess.
then immediately follows with,
But obviously, no, but like, obviously, in a challenge, you weren't the greatest, you know what I'm saying? You come 5th out of 6.
Yeah, but listen, I was the first one.
Hopefully, the next challenge is like squatting or some shit.
the whiplash of compliment to insult is actually masterful manipulation. This conversation reveals so much about Tyreek's approach. He's keeping Andreina interested enough to stay available while making it clear she needs to prove herself worthy of his attention. It's textbook emotional gaming, and honestly, it's working.
Yeah, breathing like a French bulldog. that laugh, that can't be a real laugh.
That's my real. Well, I think I have a view, but
That laugh is that laugh. Nah, that laugh is crazy.
Meanwhile, Chris and KK are having their own discussion, where Chris admits he's worried about getting too caught up in the love aspect because he came here for the game. The irony of someone with his relationship track record trying to compartmentalize emotions. KK, on the other hand, seems genuinely invested in exploring their connection, which sets up a dynamic where someone's going to get hurt. The international language barriers are creating their own entertainment. Mert and Lucinda are having conversations that are genuinely difficult to follow, but somehow it's working for them.
I had the eye on you, yeah. What? I had the eye on you.
You had to what?
The eye on you.
Oh, your eye on me.
Yeah.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Sometimes confusion breeds attraction, apparently.
Love doesn't have a language, you know, they said, right?
Yeah.
Right when contestants are settling into their couples and potentially finding genuine connections, Ariana returns with reinforcements designed to create maximum chaos. Enter Charlie Georgiou and Solène Favreau, the self-proclaimed heartbreakers, wearing literal broken heart necklaces that immediately signal danger. These two get one mission: kiss whoever they want, then steal someone's partner, leaving the dumped islander vulnerable for elimination. It's psychological warfare disguised as a romantic twist, and both Charlie and Solène embrace the villain role with impressive commitment. The kissing tour that follows is absolutely shameless. Solène methodically works through every single man in the villa, serving up makeout sessions like she's conducting research. Charlie matches that energy, making strategic stops at each woman. The calculated nature of their choices, who they save for last, who gets lingering attention, who barely gets acknowledged, reveals this isn't random attraction, it's strategic evaluation. Solène's approach is particularly ruthless. She saves Mert for last, and the way she kisses him directly in front of Lucinda, with zero consideration for human feelings, is simultaneously brutal and impressive. This woman understood the assignment and executed it flawlessly. Her decision to pick Mert effectively dumps Lucinda and puts her at immediate elimination risk. Charlie goes for Andrea, which dumps Josh in the process. The poetic justice of Josh, who spent all day complaining about not getting enough credit for helping others, now desperately needing help himself. Sometimes karma works with impressive speed, but here's what makes this twist genuinely diabolical. Josh and Lucinda now have 48 hours to pass these heartbreaker necklaces to someone else, or they're going home. The preview shows upcoming challenges where they can earn the right to make someone else vulnerable instead. The psychological pressure of having a countdown timer while watching everyone else strengthen their connections? Brutal but brilliant television. Comment your reactions. Were you impressed by the ruthless gameplay, or did you feel bad for the people who got blindsided? This twist completely changes the game dynamics because now survival becomes the primary concern. The psychological pressure of wearing those necklaces while watching everyone else form stronger connections creates a fascinating dynamic where desperation meets calculation. What makes this heartbreaker twist so effective is how it forces everyone to recalculate their entire approach. The contestants who were playing for love now have to consider survival. The ones playing strategically have to factor in new variables. And the ones who thought they were safe are suddenly very much not. Josh and Lucinda wearing those necklaces creates an interesting dynamic because they represent two very different types of vulnerability. Josh has the physical capability to potentially win challenges and pass on his necklace, but his emotional fragility and tendency to crack under pressure work against him. Lucinda has shown she's not particularly strong in physical challenges, but she might have better social manipulation skills. The psychological warfare we witnessed in just one episode suggests this season will be ruthless from start to finish. Between real-time voting, the massive prize increase, contestants with serious strategic awareness, and format changes that reward both popularity and performance, we're about to see competition reality television at its most cutthroat. The international casting adds another layer because different Love Island franchises have different strategic cultures. UK contestants tend to be more direct and game-focused, while USA contestants often prioritize popularity and likability. Mixing these approaches with serious money on the line, the strategic complexity is genuinely impressive. The real test will be whether contestants can balance the relationship-building aspects that keep them popular with viewers against the strategic gameplay that keeps them in the villa. Based on episode 1, some people understand this balance better than others, and those differences will likely determine who makes it to the end. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell because this season is already delivering more strategy and psychological complexity than we bargained for. I'll be breaking down every calculated move, strategic miscalculation, and moment of pure chaos as they unfold. The tea is officially brewing, and based on what we've seen so far, this season is going to serve up strategy, manipulation, and drama in equal measure. The contestants who treat this like a game will outlast the ones who treat it like a dating show. And we're about to find out who really understood the assignment.